Hey friends, John here from Proverbs 27:9 Fragrances, and today we're going to be talking about two of my favorite things. A Tom Ford fragrance that started off my fragrance journey, and my first premium Bible from Schuyler Bibles. Let's talk about it. All right, again, John here, Proverbs 27:9 Fragrances. And if you're new to my channel, I want to thank you for joining and watching. And want to ask you to please hit that subscribe button. That way you're notified every time we upload this sweet smelling fragrance and men's style related content. And on my favorite things, which is a certain range of videos that I shoot from time to time, talk about a lot of things. I usually don't talk about fragrance because the channel is mainly about fragrances, but I recently reacquired this fragrance from Tom Ford, and it's the original Grey Vetiver Eau de Parfum. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this. It's been a while since I have had it in my collection, and I thought about doing a review on this and doing an opening and unboxing of my Schuyler Canterbury Bible. But so Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, 2009 release from Tom Ford. The perfumer was Harry Fremont, and this is a dry but yet clean citrus, woody, vetiver-based fragrance. Vetiver is one of my favorite notes, and Harry Fremont did a wonderful job in this fragrance about having it come across clean and yet very dry. Vetiver can come across really soapy, or it can come across really earthy. And this is kind of one of those fragrances that comes across both. It is a dry, spicy, earthy fragrance, but at the same time, it's still citrusy and clean. It's very office friendly. In fact, this makes a lot of people's top 10 lists as one of the greatest office fragrances of all time. And I think so as well. If you've watched my channel and seen some of my videos where I talk about this fragrance, I was actually on a mission trip in the Philippines, or I was headed there with my oldest son, Evan. And we were at the Seoul, South Korean airport, which is a huge, beautiful state-of-the-art airport. And we had walked into, I don't remember if it was a duty-free or if it was just a Tom Ford boutique. It wasn't a Tom Ford boutique because it was first of all, it was a massive fragrance store. And I didn't know, Tom Ford from Tom Brady. I just walked up, saw this bottle, it looked interesting, picked it up, smelled it, and thought, oh my gosh, I've got to have that. What is that? I smelt these beautiful citruses and these amazing woods and all this, and I didn't know what all I was even smelling at the time. At the time, I owned Dior Sauvage, and I owned Acqua di Gio Profumo, and I probably had, an old bottle of cool water and an old bottle of this or that, but those were the two fragrances that I had. And when I smelled this, it just got me started, looking into men's fragrances and watching YouTube videos. And so this is the culprit right here that got me into the fragrance genre. Again, now I've owned both. This is the Eau de Parfum, it's the original. I've owned the EDT as well. And honestly, I really wish they hadn't have discontinued the EDT, because they were very different. Where this is very spicy, clean, dry, very, very dry. The EDT was more juicy. It had more, where in here you've just got grapefruit listed as a citrus, and there's more than that. I'm pretty sure there's bergamot in there as well. With the EDT, you had a iced lemon note, you had bergamot, you had maybe lime. There was a different array of citruses in there, and it was a juicier version, so not as dry. I prefer the opening of the EDT. The Vetiver and the EDT also come across a little more soapy, where this one is a nice blend of soapy and dry, earthy vetiver. But I do prefer the dry down here in the Eau de Parfum. Again, it stays, kind of clean and that nice vetiver, but as you get into the mid and the dry down, the sage starts to come out, the nutmeg starts to kind of shine. There's a pimento note about that 45-minute, half hour that brings this real spicy nuance to it. And then as you get down into the deep dry down, there is these amazing sandalwood and cedar wood and oak moss and ambers that comes through. And it is just an amazing, unoffensive, mature kind of terre de Hermes. What I said a while ago, I like the EDT's opening better. What I prefer over that is I prefer the juicier citruses, and then the orris root here comes across dusty to me, and I don't really like a dusty fragrance, but don't worry about that. If you don't like that, that goes away 45 minutes or so in. Great longevity. It's going to last you a whole work day. You're not going to have to be respraying a bunch. You may go a little nose blind to it, but other people will be able to smell it and they'll think you smell great. So that's Tom Ford Grey Vetiver. Now, let's turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what a premium Bible looks like. All right, so for those of you that don't know, I am a Baptist preacher. I've been preaching for over 20 years now. And as I said, when I discovered Tom Ford Grey Vetiver, I was on a mission trip to the Philippines to work and preach that week at an orphanage there and a church. And so a big part of my life is the Bible, the Word of God. And I have recently just kind of started getting into premium Bibles. And so this is my first, and that's pronounced Schuyler. It looks like Schuyler. I called it Schuyler for a long time. This is a Schuyler Bible, and they're a relatively new company. But this is the Canterbury King James Version in Imperial Blue Goat Skin, full yap. Okay, so this is the box, very beautiful box here, and I like it's a clamshell box, and very nice niche style presentation for you frag folks. Okay, regular box, regular Bible, cheap Bible won't even come in a box. If it does, it won't have a clam style opening. So let me adjust my camera here. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the paper off because I don't want to tear it, and then I'll turn the camera back on. All right, so there it is out of the box. Beautiful, beautiful imperial blue, which is a real dark navy blue. And before I start talking about it, I just thought doing this combo video would be neat for folks that are here to look at the Bible to see some fragrance content, and be neat for those of you that watch my fragrance content to see, a premium Bible. And this is as premium as it gets. Again, Schuyler's a new company, but they make premium Bibles on the level of Cambridge and R.L. Allen, which is the Oxford company. And, even local church Bible publishers make some really beautiful premium Bibles. But I wish you could feel this goat skin. It is just beautiful, luxurious. Now, this is a full yap, meaning that the extra leather is enough to come and cover the entire. And so that's kind of an aesthetic thing, but then also it's a practical thing. It will protect this beautiful gilding and keep it from, getting scuffed. Now, probably no way to keep from getting any scuffs on it, but that's part of what that is. And you see the nice ribbings here, and this is just a beautiful luxury Bible. I'm going to go and do a full review on this Bible, and so I won't really get into that right now. Tell you a little bit, again, Schuyler Canterbury King James. It's 11-point font. Has this beautiful, if you see there, every time there's a new chapter, has that beautiful, I forget what they call that, but this starter letter here. You've got your cross references at the bottom. Just a beautiful, beautiful premium Bible. And it just goes to show you that high quality is something that you can find, and something that I appreciate in everything, whether it's, fragrances, whether it's, watches, whether it's knives. Let me go ahead and show you my new knife that I got this week. Beautiful Boker knife. Whether it's Bibles. You can buy cheap and you can buy expensive, but neither one of those things really, you can buy affordable. I don't like cheap things, but I do like affordable things. And I don't like expensive things, but I do like high quality things. And sometimes you have to pay a premium to get something high quality. And I always try, especially in fragrances, I try to find the best value. But it's hard to put a price on something like the Bible, the Word of God. Anyways, here we go. Tom Ford, Gray Vetiver, and my Schuyler Canterbury King James Bible, two of my favorite things. Make sure you like this video, leave me a comment, and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Until I see you down the road, I say God bless. Frag on, frag.